The agenda for this 1 hour webinar is going to be building a digital library / institutional repository using Easylib 6.4a. So the entire webinar is divided into two parts. The first part is related to the theory part that we are going to cover, and the second part is the live demo of Easylib software. Just let me introduce before I get started in detail. My name is Vasu Deshpande. I am one of the founders of Easylib software, and our primary focus is providing the software for the educational institutes, and our library system that we have built and continuously enhanced in the last 20 years, right, is now currently running at more than 620 colleges, about 80% of them in Karnataka, the balance in about 10 states of India and another 5 countries. So our goal is to continuously provide you the innovative products, functionally rich innovative products, and provide a reliable service, and bring the best of the technology to your benefit. So that's our goal. So let's get started with the webinar. Okay. The So as I said, the webinar is going to be in two parts. The first part is the theory part, wherein we are going to cover what are the materials that are used in the digital library. You know, what kind of materials you will catalog in the digital library or institutional repository. I'm going to use these terms interchangeably. So there is no hard and fast differentiation between these two. But we can go more in depth about what is the differentiation, what we could put, and all that. But for the purpose of discussion, this demo will consider both as the same. The second is how do you build a digital library? The third is some of the special note, that is related to the personal digital library. We'll cover that part. Then next we will cover the key issues faced. Then lastly, we will have a brief demo of the Easylib for about 20 minutes. So the last 10 minutes I'll reserve for the question answer session. So that was the first part of the theory part. In the second part, right, the demo part, we are going to go in depth related to. We will actually log into Easylib digital library application. We'll see how to add the subscriptions, ebooks, how to do the different kinds of search, how is it integrated with other systems. We'll do a detailed study on that. So the entire webinar is scheduled for about 60 minutes, and this is a part of the webinar series that we have been having usually we will have one webinar on Tuesdays at 11 o'clock, and the next webinar on Thursday at 11 o'clock. We have not yet published what is the topic, but we will do have it. Not this Thursday. This Thursday's webinar is going to be on Friday, considering the Thursday being a holiday. Okay. The next week again, Tuesday and Thursday on different areas of library as well as the educational administration we will cover in the webinar. Okay, so let's get started. The first part, right? What's a digital library? What's an institutional repository? So I'm using this both interchangeably. By the way, all of you have been muted being this webinar, but we'll try to unmute all of you at the end, or you can always post the questions in the chat. We'll be able to answer them. Okay, so this is the definition. There are a lot of definitions available for a digital library at different places. So what we did was we did a little refinement. So this is the original definition that we have it now. Okay. Navya, can you confirm both the video and audio? The both of them are okay, right? Video,
Yes,
audio,
sir.
as well as the screen share, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. The first part is, a digital library is a collection of quote unquote relevant, okay, digital resources, relevant digital resources. So I am stressing on the word relevant over here because, the entire Google itself is a big, large digital library, right? So here you are customizing it and putting only the relevant content. So that is the first thing, relevant digital resources characterized by seamless digital access. So the student should be, it should be as simple as picking a book, reading, and the digital library should be as simple as opening that and reading. So seamless digital access on a wide variety of devices. I could have an iPhone, somebody could have any of the 15,000 different Android devices, Mac, PC, and so on. 24/7 availability with added functions, right? So of course, this is being a technology, we need added functions to make the learning process more productive. So the entire objective of building a digital library is how to make the entire learning process more productive, more enjoyable, joyful, wherein it will attract the people, students get the best out of the time they are giving in reading this book. Okay, so that is the concept of a digital library. So the next question, what are the digital library contents? Okay, so I am going in the order of the priority. Okay, okay. So first I am putting it as an article. What's an article, right? You might have written articles and published in your professors, your faculty might have published a lot of material in a lot of journals, right? So either you want to get those URLs, catalog in your digital library, or if you have the PDF copy, put it over here, or if your students have written beautiful articles, catalog them. Because if there is a article that's published in a Scopus index article, it's already available definitely at the publisher side. But the articles which are not indexed there, which are not available outside, are of most prominence for your digital library. So first thing is you want to add a lot of digital library articles in your digital library, relevant articles again. And going forward to that, there is an article indexing also. You can go over that also. So there are the additional things that we will do. Next is a lot of thesis, right? Your students, right? So over the years, a lot of students have done work related to coming up with a newer and done a lot of research, come up with the thesis, MPhil thesis, MTech thesis, PhD thesis, all of them you want to catalog in the digital library. Third, your lot of faculty might have gone and presented papers at so many conferences, or you yourself might have conducted these conferences, right? So you want to get all the material, conference proceedings, conference articles, the PowerPoint presentation, everything you want to put it in the digital library of yours. The next is all these user manuals, drawing, building material, building material sketches, drawing, anything, right? It should be over here. Lot of you librarians, right? Now the library many times has a new board, Knowledge Resource Center or Information Resource Center. That means the definition of library is much more than the collection of the books and the digital articles to aid somebody for the regular academics. It is information that is pertaining to your entire organization, including your college drawing. Where else it should be stored? It should be in the library. So you want to catalog all those material, the digital material in the digital repository of your library. Okay. Next, of course, is books, right? So the books that are open access books, either you link them into your digital library, or if you have a PDF copy, your own publications, your own annual books, you want to catalog into your digital library. And now one caution about the copyrighted material. Copyrighted material you are not supposed to add into your digital library directly. You even if you have got a PDF copy, you should not download copyrighted material, put it in a digital library because it's a straight copyright violation. So what you want to do is you want to work with a publisher for an arrangement. Many times they'll give an URL. That URL you can add in your digital library. Next is audiobooks, right? So today in Bangalore, many of the students commute for 1 hour. Students and the working class commute for 1 hour, go from home to office, college, or wherever, right? So that 1 hour, you can encourage them to read audiobooks, right? The biggest audio library today we have is one is the Audible by Amazon, has crores of ebooks. The other one is SoundCloud. Then third one is Kuku FM, right? These are all having a lot of audiobooks over here. So now in your digital library, can you catalog the relevant audiobooks of yours into over here? Maybe it could be the lecture notes. Okay, the one if the lecture requires somebody showing on the screen, then definitely it should be a part of the video digital library. Of course, you can put in Vimeo, put in YouTube, put in your own digital library server, and link all of them to the digital library software. So audio material and the video material. Then lot of journals, right? So many journals are there. All of that subscription when you have got, you add into your digital library. The next is a lot of bound volumes, right? So all these bound volumes you want to catalog in the digital library. So this is one sample thing. Then the one important thing I did not add is the question papers, right? Many students want the previous year question papers. So all of them should be in your digital library. At the end of this webinar, right, the last 10 minutes or sorry, last 20 minutes, we will go into the actual digital libraries of different colleges built using Easylib software. Okay, so sample digital libraries, we'll see that to check what kind of material that can be added. Okay, so just doing a time check. So, all right. So that was the contents part. So now let me go to the next part. That is, how do you build a digital library? Okay, where do you get started? So, where do you get started with the digital library? The first part, the first step in getting started with the digital library is identify what collections you want to put, right? No matter how beautiful software system you have got for a digital library, if you don't have a proper collection, right, it's an empty one, right? So first step is that identify what collections you want to put in your digital library. Like, what are the theses you want to put? What are the articles you want to put? How many question papers you want to put? What are the other material you have got? Work with your professors, work with your staff, work with your students, your own repository to identify what all you want to put in the digital library. So that groundwork is the first step over here. Okay, and that groundwork doesn't require any investment, right? Much investment. You anyway, you have a PC, make sure that all of that material is neatly organized, at least in the folders. Okay, so that is the first part over here. So the next step, you want to implement a system. So that is where Easylib comes into picture. Easylib is one of the system for the digital library. Of course, there are many other systems also. The ones that are prominent is DSpace. Other one is ePrints. Then there is Greenstone. There was Greenstone which was popular, and Easylib is one of them. Right. So of course we have made it more and more innovative. We will go in depth about the Easylib software, but definitely the next step in implementing building a digital library is to implement a suitable system for your organization. The third step, so you have a lot of collections in your folders. You have a system over here. Now you need to feed all that data. What is metadata? The metadata is title, author, subject, call number, classification, all that data, right? You want to neatly add it to the system, the digital library system. So in this case, Easylib. When you are using Easylib, definitely we have made a lot of things easier, including ability to import the data. If you have got an Excel, so you just give us the Excel, we'll help you import all that Excel into the digital library module of Easylib software. Anyway, we'll go in more detail. So the third step is feed all the data. Then the next step is that create the access levels, right? So you have built a digital library, you have implemented system, lot of material is there. But then the next step is that you want to make sure that your students have the access to the digital library. So get the data of the students, import into the systems, create the user ID password for each of them, right? So that is the next step over here. And the next one is the search facility. You want to verify that the things are properly entered. Again, you will go back into the metadata to make sure that it is searchable, right? If you have already predefined subjects, you want to make sure that you use those predefined subjects while feeding the metadata such that the search becomes easy over here, right? Then the next is the discovery part. So discovery part is basically combining the different materials in the different format into one window. We'll go over that also. Okay. So if not the discovery, you want to make sure that at least the search part is thoroughly taken care. The next step is the integration of the external systems, right? So now the difference between the information technology systems about 20 years back and today is that at that time also they were mission critical. They are mission critical even today also. But the primary difference is between the integrations, right? So here is Easylib digital library system. Here is, let's say, your admission systems. How do they talk to each other? When a student gets admission over here, can the record automatically come to Easylib, right? And if the student has a lot of due, can the information go to the academic system saying that, okay, this gentleman has a lot of due over here, right? So that is the talking, that's what we are talking about, the integration with multiple systems, external systems and all that. Okay. It could be as simple as this. Another one is Google single sign-on, right? That's another integration part. Okay. So next is the usage statistics. So these were the first 5, 6 are sequential. Then the next is you can switch the sequence. One of the important thing is the usage statistics. Once you implement the digital libraries, right? So you want to make sure that you continuously evaluate the usage, right? So how do you increase the evaluation? You want to conduct this user orientation session. So the day you build your digital library, you implement a system, you feed in all the collection. One of the first things that you should do is conduct orientation session for the students. And those of you who are our customers, right, Easylib customers, will be happy to either participate in person or conduct a detailed orientation session on your digital library for your students, right? So the important step is that make sure that you conduct awareness sessions for your students, researchers, faculty, the freshers, the potential students, anybody related to your organization, you want to conduct the orientation session on how to use the digital library. What are the credentials they should use? Any questions, who they reach? If they have some new material, how can they help you add new ones? All of that you want to cover in that orientation session. Again, go back to the usage statistics. So these two steps have to go in tandem. You conduct orientation, the usage is going up. If the usage goes down, what you need to do related to the user orientation. So that's the one integrated part of this. And the next one is monitor the system. So this is a like an underdog actually many times. So you put a server, you implement a system, and if you don't monitor, what could happen? So there is a huge load on the server. Suppose the system is not available. If you are not monitoring, right, you would not know until a student tells that, okay, something is not accessible. Or all of a sudden, after 10 days, you want to get the data of last 10 days usage, you will find that the system has been down. So that is the issue many times we see in case of the local installations of the systems. So that's why this cloud is becoming more and more popular, because companies like us monitor the 24/7 availability of the system. So um, the next step in the digital library is monitor the system. If it is a cloud one, outsource it. You have already outsourced it. If it is local hosting, you want to put enough infrastructure to monitor the usage or the availability of the system. The next is the continuous improvement. So you put a lot of investment, you built a beautiful digital library, right? So then are you updating it regularly? Let's say the question papers will 2021 were there. Have you put the question papers of 2022? And what about the 23? That's what you need to do continuously in enrichment, right? So it's not like, you build a digital library, it's end. No way. It's a continuous effort that you want to put it over here. Similar, the other way is archive obsolete material. The best example is the syllabus, right? You have cataloged all the beautiful syllabus and the syllabus changes. You want to take time to archive that particular digital content to so that it's no longer available in the search, and instead the new one is available over here. And the last but not the most important thing is the user feedback. All that effort you are putting, right? Why you are putting? You want to make sure that your students are able to get more and more benefit of the library. Again, let's go. If we go back to the original purpose of the library, right? A digital library is a collection of relevant digital resources characterized by seamless digital access on a wide variety of platforms with the 24/7 availability with added functions to make the learning process more productive. So every line you want to make sure that is addressed in one of these action items. Okay, so let's go to the next slide here. So at this step, you got a lot of contents like this. You built a system. You verified everything is going great. Now, what are the key issues that you will face? This slide is not specific to only one software. It could be, you may be using any software. If you have, some of you may be customers of ePrint already, or the DSpace. All of them it's available. The first issue that we face in many digital libraries, unorganized content. Right. So lot of data is available, but the subject index is not proper. The keywords are not proper. The type is not good. Sometime you may be putting some 10 or 20 MB of the material. Imagine if, putting 20 MB of the material on your machine is okay, decent, 1 or 2 minutes it may take. But imagine 20 or 30 MB has to be downloaded on this mobile, how much time it will take? So now when you put about 10 MB, 100 MB file, can the students really download and read it? So that is what I call it as unorganized content. So what you want to do is make sure that you keep the end user in the mind, what devices they are using, what mobiles they are using, under what internet splate they are using, are they familiar with the particular keywords that you are putting? All that you want to validate to make sure that the content is as organized as possible. If you don't do that, again, lot of material, but not many users. So that's the issue. So that's the issue that I see in many places. The second one is the other way around. That is the inadequate data, right? So you get some data from here, some here, here you add it, but the potential amount of data might be this much, but what you might have cataloged is only this much. So that is the second issue. So most things that are left out in many of the digital libraries is own publications. The college has a history of, let's say, 50 years. Over 50 years, so many programs have been conducted, so many events have been conducted. Beautiful history of all your the events conducted is available, and the photographs are there. So many newsletters have been published, so many yearbooks have been published. Have you added all of that? So you want to ask these questions, whether the data that is being added is adequate or not. The third issue that we see is inadequate or insufficient infrastructure. So, that happens many times if it is a local installation. Timing restriction. So again, 5 o'clock, you shut down all the machines, including the digital library server. Is that good? No, definitely not, right? Because the student should be able to access on a 24/7 basis. So inadequate infrastructure is one problem that we see in many places. Okay, access restriction, server capacity may not be sufficient. The students may not have access. All of that, infrastructure related issues is the third issue that we see in the digital library. Fourth one, that's an again interesting one over here. Non-standard practices of sharing the data, right? So many times what happens is that you have a digital library, somebody downloads in the WhatsApp and sends it to everybody, right? Or a professor might have a beautiful content of his notes. He has formed a WhatsApp group of his students. He shared it with the students. He sends it by email. Now let's see what are the issues that you face. The entire content is only with the professor. What happens if the professor leaves and goes to another college? Along with him, all the material also goes out, right? And the students will have to go to email, will have to go to WhatsApp, will have to check Professor 1, Professor 2, Professor 3, different professors, different material in different places. Imagine the amount of the difficulty that they are facing, right? In the absence of not having a digital library or inadequate digital library, this is the issue over here in non-standard practice of sharing the data. So definitely what you want to do is you want to make sure that as much data as possible from different sources, different locations, right? You want to put in your digital library and have everything being accessed through the library website. The major advantage of having everything access to the library website, the digital library server, is that your usage level also goes up, right? So that way, you know who is using, what is being used, what is not being used, which is relevant, which is not relevant. All that data is possible to be analyzed only if it is following the standard. Next is the students' feedback. If you don't take the feedback, obviously what happens is that you are probably running into the risk of um, not having the relevant contents. Okay, so one moment, somebody is waiting in the lobby. Let me admit all of them. Okay, all right. So the next one is copyrighted material. So that is knowingly or unknowingly, if you upload your somebody else's copyrighted material on your digital library, you are inviting unnecessary trouble. So stay away from uploading somebody else's copyrighted material, even if you have got a copy of that, right? So best thing is always access the publisher's site to access that material, right? And definitely you don't want to upload any of this copyrighted material to your digital library. Always access the publisher's site. So the last issue that I see obviously is the so much of data getting added, and you're not removing the obsolete material. So that is something that need to be removed. So key issue that you face in many digital libraries. Okay. All right, let's cover one important part: professor's digital library. Okay, so far what we covered here was overall digital library for your college, but there is one specific thing that we want to cover, and this is specifically related to the professor's digital library, right? Your professors today have bunch of information, so much of information with them. Many times that information is not in the library at all. So in that case, rather than having the professors use this WhatsApp, Google Drive, email, to share the material, their own the notes, the books, only with them, not accessible to anybody. You want to create a space in the digital library server and give them the access to enrich your digital content. So multiple benefits out of that. Number one, all your professors have access to the data so that they can neatly organize that. That is the first benefit out of that. Second is that all the usage statistics and all that will be visible because it's in a part of the digital library one. And third is, once uploaded, that data remains with you, which is a college asset. Okay, so you want to make sure that professor's digital library module, that you definitely want to use it here. Okay, so all right. So that was the next step. So now let's move on to the Easylib demonstration over here. Okay, so this is one screen that I showed over here. We will go more in detail about that particular portion. So this is the last slide. I will show the demo, then I'll come back and then cover this part. Okay, so how do you access Easylib digital library over here? So it's very simple. Easylib digital library software. You click, let's say I'm clicking now demo.easylib.net. The demo is the demonstration, and the different clients, right, will have different the URL. So if college.easylib.net will be the URL that you get here. And this is the Easylib front page. The major advantage, now this part of the discussion is more about the how Easylib digital library will help you building a digital library of your own, right? Okay, so that software we are going to cover. So as the name indicates, right, Easylib stands for Entire Automation System for Easylib, quote unquote entire. What is entire? So definitely we want to make sure that your physical contents, digital contents, visitor management, and any information that is in organization, right, is a part of the library repository, right? So this is the home page for Easylib that you are seeing over here. And now if you go here, I opened a few of our customers' sites here, right? So this is Sikkim Manipal University, and this is Devraj Aras Academy of Higher Education, that their page. And this is the Sikkim Manipal SMIT. This one is AMC Engineering College. This is the Madhav Krupa School. Different clients actually. So you will get a different URL based on the college name. Okay. So now this is the home page that you are seeing over here. So this home page completely customizable here. So this part, here is a general search over here. You can search on title, author, subject, and all that thing. So this searches on the physical books. And this part is a federated search, such as IEEE, BMJ, up to date, multiple places. So this is one way of customizing these menus over here, because it's having the multiple systems, right? You are seeing easily so many menus over here. So this, you can put your own photo gallery, you can make the announcements, you have the useful links, newspaper, explore, all of this. Now the shortcut, right? This shortcut is more or less the same as this portion here. Okay, either of them you can use it. Either you can have a shortcuts bar, or if you want to use the more verbose bar over here. Okay, then the next one is this is the dashboard that is built, again completely customizable. Whatever you have designed, it is going to show over here, and then the policies and all those details. So okay, so let me do one thing. There are two parts to log into Easylib. The one is the student login, other one is the faculty or the admin login here. So when you log in over here, so let me log out here if I want. So I can just, if I log out, so log in. So you see member here. Admin login is the librarian's login. The member is the student and the faculty login. Vendor, we also have the vendor login, because Easylib makes the job of quotation comparison easier. So let me log in as a member here. So I put my user ID, I put my password, so I log in here. So now I am a user. About me, my financials, because Easylib also has now campus integration. So that's the easy UMS software. So that's why you are seeing the admissions, attendance, student environment, that material. So my library details deals with books borrowed, requested, and so on. So in the interest of this time, right, we will go directly to the digital library module over here. Okay. So digital library model, there are two parts. One is what you can search as a student outside. Other part is what you can what is cataloged as a part of your studies. So first thing, I'll click on this. So Easylib digital library has a feature wherein all your digital content you can classify based on what they are studying actually. Okay, so what they are studying, you can classify here. So now if I put here, no, Easylib, I am a student of Easylib 7.2. Okay, I see this. Now go to session. So all the sessions are there. All your digital library material, I think probably I'll show you how to build it first, then go here. But in case, this is already built over here. So what we have done, what you could do is, you could categorize all your material based on the grade, engineering first year, first semester, second semester, third semester, and so on. Then, what are the subjects they are studying? Under that subject, week one, week two, or chapter one, chapter two, what they are studying. So, what we have done in Easylib that when you become our customer, you get access to our digital library, Easylib digital library, which is built and added such that it gives you ability to go through the entire training. So now, for example, asset inventory management, those many session materials are available over here. Attendance management, some more material. So this is the video, right? It is catalog connected to that particular video. So this is the attendance management for admin login. So that video it's opening over here. So um, you built a digital library. Now you are making it very easy for the students here. In the context of the college, what you want to do is you build a digital library, take out the material which are appropriate for each grade, each subject, and use this learning management module of Easylib, right, to make it viewable by the students by the classes that they are supposed to attend. Okay, so either it could be a learning management module as a part of that, or what is called as a course reserves. You add the digital contents here. Okay, so this is the my studies part here. So we'll skip the rest of the pieces here because they are more of a campus ERP portion. So now as a student, let me see how do I search what is in the digital library. So first is the unified opaque search, right? Unified opaque search is a new terminology that we have got. Here it searches across all your material here. Say for example, if I want electronics and I search on it, I am now searching electronics. It is searching and it is telling that so many books and non-books are available. Okay, one ebook is available and 9 journals are available. So it is also searching both in the digital library as well as the physical library and showing the results. And if you want to search only in the digital contents, definitely there are materials available like this. So for example, I can search by general search here. So if I put here basic electronics. Okay, so that basic electronics book is available. So I just click on it. It will show that particular book over here for the student. Remember, I am logged in as a student. Student is able to see the book and read it here. By the way, the best use of our digital library was done by VTU actually. VTU has got a skill development center in Dandeli, right? So they train the students who are 12th grade pass out or engineering graduates on becoming more employable. So what we had done is all that material, we help them put it into our Easylib digital library, used our learning management tool so that when the students log in, right, they exactly see what they are supposed to see there, read. So they'll click on it, that specific video comes over here. They click on the next one, that specific assignment comes. Then they click on the next one, that particular quiz comes. And that whole session was about 40 days, multiple cycles of these sessions. I think about 12 or 15 of them conducted, each having anywhere between 400 to 500 students, right? So all of them, they would log into Easylib, follow through the entire process offered by Easylib to make the learning easy. Okay, so here is a simple option. I am a student. I am searching on the basic electronics. It is showing me that particular book. I click on this. It is showing me that, right? And in case it happens to be in external resources, right? Suppose this is a copyrighted material. What you want to do is you don't want to put it over here. Instead, you just mention that particular URL. That's all. Okay, so that way you are not violating the copyright, but at the same time making the information available to the students here. Okay, so the different material here, political science, there is one material, this is the sample data over here. All right. So this is you are searching by title, author, department, subject. You can search by different methods. So I made it easy. So by course and branch, right? So here you can search. You can course Bachelor of Arts, Music Engineering, B Computer Science, Mechanical. I just click on that. It's going to show that particular book for me here. Hypermesh training. So this is uploaded by the Mechanical Engineering department. Okay. Next is the Easylib quick search. This is another way of looking at your digital library, different material. What we will do is, this is a sample data, only a few rows are available here. When we now, let's go to the real customers data, those who have made it available for use open access. So let's see here, I'll go here. I opened 4 of them. So let's go to the SDOR itself. I think Mr. Reddy or Dr. Prakash may be in the call too. Okay. So here, their digital library, let's look at it. Digital collections. So, if you see, there's an open access right now. So if I click on E, it is showing what are the material available for their students use. So now if I want to see by ebook by type, I am seeing ebooks 19 are there. I'm not sure what is that. No, this is this particular. This is uh, what is this? I'm not sure what is the material. This is again allied health related material. It's available on their website. I think this is a question paper. So, or this is the information of their the purchases that they have done over here. Okay. So if you want to see different departments, library, these many items are there, library information, allied health center, library science, the different departments have got the different material. All of that have been put here. So let's go to the next one. If I go to, let me check the SMIT, Sikkim Manipal Institute of Technology. I click on a guest. So now I am logged in as a guest here, right? Again, see if I click on E, lot of ebooks over here. Generalized approach for the calculation. So this book, if I click on it, it's opening that particular document. So SMIT material and accessible by open access. As a guest, I have logged in. I'm able to see that data here, right? So this is by title. Then if I go by EBT, they have uploaded something like 2000 question papers over here, project reports and periodical back volume. That's one important. All the back volume that they have got, the PDF copies they have uploaded over here for the students' benefit here. I think this is the periodical back volumes. You are probably seeing only the index of this, not the whole thing. So Journal of Microwave Science and Technology, you are seeing the table of content, because the actual the back volume, right, is a copyrighted material. You are not authorized to put. So obviously this table of contents is available over here. Okay. The next step probably related to the full text search of that particular thing. Probably more work required on that front. Okay. Again, by department, by vendor, course, branch, you can search. EBC, they have also categorized by course section. The Sikkim Manipal University is in Rangpo in Sikkim. So their BA, BSc, BCom, MCA, I'm not sure if the BCom is there. All of these courses are offered. So they have taken time and an effort they have put to neatly add all their material, BTech, electronics engineering, 203 material over here. Computer science applications, you click on it, there's the project report. I can say, I think so probably it's a document, so that's why it's downloaded. If it is a PDF, directly it will show here. So you can imagine, right, the amount of effort they have put in cataloging all this. So EBT, if I take, so 2000 plus 500 plus 2000, nearly more than about nearly 5000 material have been uploaded into Easylib, and you can see, right, this is a live system, pretty fast over here. This is a normal server that where we have added this, and when you become our customer, right, you will get a system almost similar to this. Okay. And the slight variation in different installations is because when it was deployed and what kind of customization was done while deployment. So this is SMIT. Let me see if there is any other ones. These all the digital subscriptions that they have got added. So much of digital subscriptions you will have, right? When you become a member of any consortia, you might get access to 5000 material. All that 5000 you can import here. I'll show you that part also, how to import that. Here SMIT has ordered all this subscriptions part. The next one is this is another view of the digital library. So 5262 to be precise. So this is the material that's added over here. Okay. Again, you can search on any of these. You can search on title, ebook, author, subject. We try to make it as easy as possible. Let me ask you, I just want to take a minute on how we build the system. So we built the Easylib system based on three inputs. One is our own study of what is happening in the industry. Second is interaction with many of the customers. Third one is our own discussions on what is coming up in the industry next. Okay. So Navya, can you confirm the video, audio, screen sharing, everything is good? Navya? Can somebody confirm everything is looking good? Maybe you can put in the chat message. We have got about 40 participants. So anybody who has access, can you please confirm? I think Navya is on mute. So that okay, it's good. Oh, thank you, Dr. Chandrasekhar. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so where were we? We were on the digital subscriptions, right? You can add all the consortia, you got 5,000 journals, you can simply upload here. Next year, let's say the subscription changes, that 5,000 becomes 6,000. And out of the 6,000, the old of another 500 are gone. So you just have this data cleaned up, upload the new subscriptions list. As simple as that. Okay, so this is Sikkim Manipal one we are referring to. Then coming over here. So this is okay. L is your own publications wherever you have done. Probably they have added in the main subscriptions itself, or you can make a separate category and show it. So this is we are referring to SMIT. So let me close this SMIT part. I'll log out from here. SMIT, I logged out. By the way, SMIT will know that one as a guest from my IP address access the system, and they will also know what all materials were downloaded or accessed. Okay, and when you become customer, you will also have that same ability. Okay, so this one. Next, let me go to the AMC Engineering College, right in Bangalore itself, one of our long-time customers. Again, they have added a lot of material over here in the process, again categorized by the different types. They have added about 500 question papers, ebooks 1,500 they have added. Okay, again, you just, you can imagine the benefits you are giving to the students, right? I can just go here, question paper, I'll say mathematics July. Okay, mathematics question papers 2022. If I put, it will search over there and then show what is there. I think I have put maybe I should put a title as mathematics, and I'll see all the mathematics question papers here. Imagine the benefit that the students are getting. The search is very intuitive and then fast. Okay, so next, if I go back over here. So then this is the ebook type we saw. Then again, this is the ebook by courses. Put everything under the one bracket. Ebook by, this is another something that's being worked on, I think. This is again relation list of all the digital resources in a different format. All that I can put. Okay. Let me go to the last one. This is the school. Okay. Madhav Krupa School is one of the prominent schools in Manipal. Okay. So now you go here. Uh, so here, let me see digital subscriptions, not much, but they have a lot of ebooks here, right? So many ebooks, annual exams, annual science exam, English, just click on it. Lot of material related to the question papers, whatever the applicable in the school is available here. So this is a document uploaded as a doc. You are seeing the document over here. If it is a PDF, directly it will open over here. Okay. So, okay, let's see here. This was the practice test, English test. Okay, now there is one thing that Madhav Krupa has done a great job is related to building a personal digital library. Okay, so how I know is that we work with them on building that personal digital library on the training. So what they have done is they have, this is a large school. I think about a couple of hundred faculty are there. English faculty, maybe 10 of them. Science faculty, maths faculty, physics, chemistry, like that. They have formed those groups, uploaded the material which are relevant to that subject, and they have given access only to those people in that particular group. I'll show you that also, because this access level, there are 2 3 levels in Easylib. One, what you can do is you can upload it, make it available to everybody. Second is upload it, make it available only to a certain set of groups. So what I do is I'll go here. This is our demo one. So let me log in as a admin. Okay, so let me close all other windows here. So I showed the real customers data by logging in as a guest. So it's okay. I think I can just okay. So now I am logged in as a librarian here. If you see, right, so many modules you are seeing in Easylib. So because this is Easylib is a complete application. What I am showing is Easylib 7.2, which is a combination of the library management plus the campus ERP. So you are seeing all these functions related to APIs, asset inventory. These are all the campus related functions. And this portion, whatever is called as the library, beginning with the library is the library portion here. By the way, this when we're in the journal, we have come up with a new journal publication module. Maybe in another demo, I'll cover that part. So again, this is to help you come up with your own journals, define the issues, get the articles, do a review, get it ready for the publication, come up with the final publication. So basically, to help you publish more and more journals of your own. So okay, so now where were we in the digital library, right? So what you can do is you can form the different groups. So let's say this is the staff group, GST staff, history lovers, I love Bangalore, marathon runners. So now what you can do is in the digital library, there is a facility wherein you can give access to a certain users only. And I think that is, let me see, where is that? Um, Personal digital library, and you upload, let's say, for example, Vijayanagara Empire. This is one particular, let's say, thesis. Um, it may be available to everybody, but if you want to restrict only to a certain people, right, you can give access to certain groups. Only those people, let's say, history lovers, and let's say the current affairs, or maybe archaeology. Only those two you are giving the access. Give the access. That's it. Only these people will get the access to that particular book. Okay. So that is the second level of access. Okay, now coming back here, right? So we're in the Madhav Krupa. So they did a fantastic job related to uploading a few hundred of material, categorizing by who has access to what. Only the physics professors will have to access to the physics related teaching material. Students material you can give to any student, but if the teaching material you want to restrict only to the teachers of that particular subject. So physics, chemistry, science, mathematics, they have done a wonderful job is what I could gather out of the interactions while getting them started on building a digital library. Okay. Okay, all right. So let me, these are just the sample ones. So as of now, this software, what I'm showing right today, is being used by 120 customers. I think it's now the latest count is 128 or so. Okay, about 130 customers across India, it's being used. And when you become Easylib customer, you will get the latest application. It's you give the order today, within 1 day, the entire system will be up and running for you. Then the next, within a week or so, entire your all the data from whichever system you have got. It could be either Excel, where the data is there, or it could be, let's say, if it is in the DSpace, ePrint, or any other software, all of that can be added into Easylib. And if it is physical library, again, physical library is also part of this entire Easylib, right? You can give the data, we'll upload and then make it easy. Okay. So now let me do one thing, another last 5 minutes of my, before 5 or 10 minutes before I open up for the questions. I am now logged in as a library staff. Okay. So the first thing, then definitely the digital subscriptions. All your subscriptions, whatever you have got, you can add it here. Again, there is an import available here. Simply you give an Excel of what all subscriptions you have got. Neatly make an Excel, subscription number, title, or, the all those details you add it here, whichever the journal, will upload it here. And that will all be visible under the D option in the subscription part. All whatever subscriptions you have got over here. Okay. All right. So the next one is the managed digital subscription. That is the list that we saw. Okay. URL indexing. So that is related to indexing your own material. Okay. So lot of material which is not indexed externally, you want to index it, right? So you can index using this particular screen here. Okay. So all the indexed material that you are seeing. All right. So the next one is the different types of the question papers, sample one, whatever you want to put. Okay. Now the core part of that Easylib data entry form. Say for example, Easylib brochures we had it. Okay, or ebooks. General ebooks. When you click on it, ebook code, automatically an ebook number comes. If you want to give your own code, you can give it, or automatically it will take a new number. Fundamentals of English, subtitle, author. This follows the Dublin core standards of data entry. All the fields of the Dublin core have been added over here. Okay. Then local copy. If it happens to be a local one, you have the ability to upload that. And if it is an external one, you simply add that particular URL over here. And you can put the username and password for the students to access. And in the beginning that we saw, right, when Sikkim Manipal University, the SMIT, we saw the login prompt. But some colleges, we did not see the login prompt at all. So it's again customizable. Again, you have the access to enable the guest or no. If you say disable the guest, then nobody can access apart from your users. If you enable the guest, they have to click on a guest and then access that. So all your digital library material, you import it. It's very simple. Again, simply as per the Dublin code, keep entering the data and upload that particular local copy. Or if you give the Excel, we'll simply import it, and the standard is Dublin core over here. Okay, this is another view of your, it gives a complete picture of, okay, how many ebooks you have got, how many faculty publications, how many lab handbooks, how many newspaper clippings, project reports, question papers, schedules, how many ever you want, you can add it. This is the sample data, right? This is our test data. That's why you are seeing 38, 1, 6 and all that. But when you go to some of our real customers, as much as 5,000, 10,000 material also available. So, all the data can be uploaded in Easylib. So you just go here if you want to see, okay, what are the ebooks? You see the list comes here. You want to get started with this adding a new one, simply click on it. It will go the next one. You add all that whatever you want, then simply add it. That's it, done. Very simple steps. So personal digital library, you want to give access to your professors to this screen, right? And they will have the ability to add the material and they can give the access to certain groups. As simple as that. Okay, so this is another screen ebooks list. What all you have got? Search the different kinds of reports are available. So this one we saw from outside the one that's also accessible inside. So ebook by types. As much as possible, we have made it very customizable. Suppose tomorrow one more type of ebook comes, right? You simply add that. Okay, or you have got, let's say, is there a user manual here? It's not that. So let's say user manual I want to add. Simply add it. That's it. Like that, you can add that item over here. Ebook file type entry, JPEG, PNG, PDF, anything that you want to add. Ebook import, this screen is related to importing all your ebooks from different sources. Data sheet is doing the bulk update. Suppose you have the ebooks from this set of, these ebooks, maybe 20, 30, 100 of them, whatever. Let's say I'll put a larger number and see. Okay, if all of them belong to one particular department, you say you want to update all of them belong to a certain department, you choose it, click on, let's say, history, and it will get updated here. That's it. So I'll not click that. Okay, so this is the bulk update here. Ebook customized report. Customized report, here whatever you want to take. Let's say, for example, if I want all the ebooks of a department, let's say I'll take electronics. Okay, so now these 4 or 5 departments I'll choose and I click on it, it will come over here. And if I want to add any other condition, like, when was it created, when was it created by, when was it last modified, all those different conditions you can build simply. And then if you want to take a report, click on print, Excel, you choose whatever you want, okay, and then click on that. This is a sample test report actually. So you click on it and Excel report gets created for your use. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So the way you want, only the fields will come, no extra data and no ignoring of the data that you require. Simply an Excel gets created over here. And if you want a text report, you can take a text report. You can take different formats of the reports. You can take it here. Or simple HTML report, you can take it like this. All right. So then the other digital library screens, right? What we saw. You can even add the pictures also of the digital library. So we did not add it, so that's why they are not there. But you can add those digital. This is a sample one anyway. So customized reports, we saw a lot of reports. General reports, you can see, okay, show me only by course section and all that you can take. Okay, the next one is ebook download report. This tells you what book was downloaded when. See, during the part of this testing, I download these 4 books actually. Political Science, Basic Electronics, Statistical Institute, and all that thing. Okay, it shows this is the user ID. This is the ebook number, title, on this date was downloaded. So you want to see, okay, how has been the usage of the data. If it happens to be a real digital library, right, you can see here usage on 14, 15, 15. Suddenly there was a 1 week gap. Why was the gap? You want to analyze further. Okay. So this gives you ability to check this. There is one more screen. There are many more screens actually. You can go over here. This digital subscriptions is related to how many digital subscriptions you have got. What are the things. This is the direct links on home page. So this one, right? you can add it here. Not exactly the subscriptions, but if you want, the useful links, you can add it over here. So some of the digital links you can add, some of the newspapers you can add. If you want to call this newspaper as something else, you can do that. So again, different kinds of material that you want to index in Easylib. Okay, the last part I want to go is the usage part in the greater detail. This is the OPAC analysis. So here, this gives you history of what all books are being searched. Okay, sorry. So this one OPAC search report. What is being in searched in the OPAC is you are seeing here. Okay, history of Chalukyas, electronics, physics part two. A lot of searches are done, and this one will give access the digital subscription URL report. What all digital subscriptions were accessed in your digital library. Okay, so then this one is library usage report. How many people logged into your library in last 10 days? Okay, you know, um, 27th the June, 2 books issued today, no books returned, no renewed. In out, how many people came into the library, physical library? How many times people logged into OPAC? How many ebooks downloaded? So we just did 4 books downloaded, right? You can see. Now you are getting this entire report in one page because Easylib is a rich system which has all this physical library, visitor management, ebooks is all integrated. You are able to see this. Then this is the login logout report, statistics you have got. If you want to get the statistics of the how many faculties are logging to your digital library on a monthly, daily basis, you can see that. Click on it. How many staff attended, how many students, how many department people, all that you can get. This is a login logout report. Who is logging in? You can keep a good log of who has been using your digital library, so all that. I can go further, in case you have any additional systems, like let's say remote log is giving you a separate thing, you can even import that onto Easylib also. Okay. Yeah, so graphical reports. So net, Easylib is a integrated package with the digital library being a core module of Easylib. And let me go back to the PPT before I conclude here. So the first thing you get benefit out of going for Easylib 6.4, a cloud version digital library, is that it's hosted on cloud. You don't have to have any infrastructure except the mobiles, the PCs where you will use the software, all your students. So it's an integrated package. So the user IDs you might have already created in the physical library, automatically they get access to the digital library. And you give an order, your instance get ready by the evening. So that is the first benefit out of Easylib. The second is it's a ready system. Already running at 100 plus colleges, right? It's ready. You can start using it. Of course, there are continuous enhancements going on, but whatever is required for you, it's all ready. You can get started. That's the second advantage. Third, it's a proven software. We saw that 4 customers, right? Live customers we saw where they had fed thousands of the digital documents on the digital library over here. So it's a proven software. Fourth is there's a lot of research goes in developing this software here. Say, as we speak, suppose you have got any recommendations on how to improve the software. So all you have to do is when you are logged in, you simply click on support. You get this screen. You go and create a new ticket saying that I need this enhancement, right? So if it is a bug, you request it to be fixed. If it is a production issue, high priority, we work on addressing that. And enhancement, we put it in the queue. We will not forget it, but definitely it will be done in the due course of time. So when you log in, instead of this, you are seeing your college name and see the list of what all tickets you have opened, whenever they open, what are the history, and what has been done. All those things you can see here. Okay, so this is a part of the Easylib core feature. So now coming back here, so a lot of research, as I said, we work with you, with the professors, professionals, attend a lot of seminars, download a lot of tenders to see what is happening worldwide digital library, what is the trend. We try to bring in those best practices and have a robust support system and the most innovative practices in mind. So that's the reason why we recommend you become our digital library customer. No matter which software you have got to manage your digital library or physical library, we will be happy to welcome you into Easylib fold, right? And these are my contact details. My name is Vasu Deshpande. My phone number, email, and Sidhu is our marketing person, more than a decade with us, and the core person of the relationship. either reach Sidhu or reach me, or simply write to info@easylibsoft.com. One of us will be able to help you. And if you're already a customer, simply open a ticket, saying that, okay, I want to upgrade it to Easylib 6.4, or you need help on so and so module. We'll be able to work with you. And ultimately, our goal is to make sure that the investment that you put in the software systems is worth it, and you are able to give the best practices of the best things to your students. And as Dr. Ranganathan says, right, the information for everyone must get the information that they need. How can you make it available? Digital library is one such, and I'll be happy to take the questions. Thank you.